Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I go away for a couple days and there's some big PlayStation news that are either rumors or leaks that are coming out. So I got some videos to make. So the first video we also got to talk about is we got to talk about the leaked God of War Faye game. Now, right now, as far as like raw gameplay footage or anything like that, no, we know nothing about it. We know that a insider has been basically confirming that yes, this information that got leaked by a LinkedIn account is correct. We know this is the game that the Corey Barlog has been working on for a while. I originally heard, to clarify what I've heard in the past, I heard it was the original IP. But then, I think, like, at some point, like last year, I started hearing, well, it's not a new IP, but it's not like the same it was from the prior of the franchise. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know what any of that means. Personally, I thought I was like, okay, Corey's doing an Atreus game, for example. I find out I'm not too far off. So the next God of War game will be a spin-off title, and it will be starring Faye, aka Atreus' mother. And I'm sitting here going at first like, really? Her of all characters? But then I watched this video where they were talking about Faye. I was like, there's actually a strong story there. There really is. We could talk about Faye being the last of the giants. We could talk about her time in Asgard. We could talk about her fight with Thor, because we do know canonically she did fight with Thor at some point. Or how she met Kratos. Hell, maybe that's how the game ends. Maybe the game ends with her meeting Kratos for the first time. And then, like, she has a fight with him because Kratos applies in Ragnarok that he had a fight with her and he found her strength, insane. Like, he was, mesmerized by how powerful this woman looked. And she didn't look that strong, like, compared to him. It's like, I want to see that story unfold. I want to see this. I want to see how this is going to go. And the rumor is that we are going to hear about this game sometime this year. And it'll be a early 2027 game, which is going to be very interesting. Yeah, this is all the rumors. So I'm clarifying right now, this is all rumor. This is all obviously conjecture. This obviously could all change. Obviously, this could also all be fake. But the fact that we heard Christopher Judge say that we will hear about what his next project was, and he did say that he was working with Santa Monica for his next project, tells me there's a good chance that this rumor, this leak, is true. Because we also know, like I said, prior we knew Corey was working on a different game. Originally, he wasn't in charge of God of War Ragnarok. I think I heard like he was kind of like, he gave them like a general idea of where he wanted that story to go, but they weren't subject to go down that route. But it's like, I'm very interested to see like how a Faye game would play out. Just like how I'd be very interested to see how an Atreus game would play out. Because there is kind of a problem with the God of War franchise, and that obviously is that God of War is very tied to Kratos, because Kratos has been the tying character. But as we're seeing now with Sony, they kind of want their franchises to branch out. That's why, personally, I've been saying in the past that if they were ever do a Last of Us game again, I don't want it to have Ellie in it. I don't want to have any ties with Ellie and her story. I want it to be something different. I want it to have different cast of characters involved in a different total storyline. Because that's where I think the strongest appeal of these franchises could go for like God of War. So, if, like for example, let's say you don't like Kratos. Then what if you like Faye? What if you like Atreus? What if you like, just throw the idea out there, Thor? I'm going to pitch this idea, a Thor game. A Thor game taking place during some of these huge mythical battles that Thor has done, I would absolutely love. And then maybe you play as Thor during a fight with Kratos. That'd be cool too, right? Like, I want the God of War franchise to branch out and still have its core too. Because it sounds like at some point we're going to get the next Kratos adventure. It's just going to be a while. And I'm on board for that. I'm on board having these experimental games like Sons of Sparta and the Faye game. Because, like, if you can do it right, you can make something, God of War, even more special. But then again, there are some old school fans that aren't exactly happy about change. But as I've said in the past, I wasn't the biggest fan of the old school God of War games. I'm more of a fan of the Norse games myself. But at the same time, I am excited for the remake too. Like, we got a lot of God of War content. It's like, it's coming. We just have to wait. And then, obviously, just to touch on this real quick, that image of the God of War show, I'm reserving any judgment before I actually see the final product. I don't think that, for the record, the picture doesn't look good. I admit that. That picture doesn't look good. It almost looks AI made. And it's like, I don't believe that reflects upon the final product. So the picture itself, yeah, doesn't look great. But I don't think that reflects upon the final project. I don't think that's going to reflect the quality of the show. Just like when we first got that, teaser clip of Twisted Metal. We didn't get the best first look. But then I watched the Twisted Metal show. I was like, oh shit, this is actually good. I actually like this. So, reserving judgment on that. So, until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer signing out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube RMBS. And let me know what you think about a God of War fake game. Are you for it? Are you against it? Or you wait to see it actually in action? Until next time,